Dunkirk Memorial Day ceremony, May 25th, 2020, will start at 9 o'clock. How you doing?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Good, good.
Hey, Jack.
Paulie, you're here.
How you doing, buddy?
Good to see you.
Hi, Gabe.
Hey,
Hi, guys.
How you doing today? Happy Memorial Day.
good, good. Happy Memorial Day.
Good morning. How are you? Good to see you. You can sit where you You can sit where you want. We got 4 chairs.
Hey, how you doing?
How you guys doing?
You know the chair holds it.
Beautiful day.
Looks like we're doing everything we're supposed to. All right.
Hey, man.
Hey there, Gabe.
Sit apart or sit or stand or whatever. You can stand. Big, maybe put our shirt over yonder.
Three of you standing here.
Let me get that on camera.
You like that?
That's a nice mask.
Yeah. This side has a smile. The other side. So with 3 of you here, that means there's only 7 of us that can participate in the program. Because the governor's limited Memorial Day services to 10 people. Just want to let you know.
Oh,
If we get more than 7, one of you guys are going to have to leave, you know. Thanks for being here.
yes, sir.
Andy, love your man.
So how's it feel
Jack, I'm gonna
being
get
surrounded by a bunch of idiots and all that?
Using that mic or using the one that's on the podium? Podium.
Jack, you're gonna have to move.
I am. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Do I have to move too?
You're gonna be fine because you have to get up here. But I'm gonna back up. Do you need help?
Nope. Okay. As long as I'm up, I'm standing.
All right.
Already, you mean still?
Good morning. We are ready to begin today's Memorial Day services. To those who are not in attendance today and viewing this on public access, we send this important message. Due to COVID-19 restrictions, this is an abbreviated service. For those who are here, we strongly recommend social and spatial distancing. Opening this morning's ceremony is Jack Sievert, Dunkirk Joint Veterans Council Commander.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the Dunkirk Joint Veterans Council, we are holding an abbreviated service to honor our veterans on this special day. Due to the COVID-19 virus and associated concerns with social distancing, our service today will consist of placing the wreath with a salute to each monument and followed by 3 volley rifle salute. The Dunkirk Joint Veterans Council never forgets our veterans. May God bless all our veterans and remember those who have sacrificed for our freedom and this great nation of ours. I will now turn the service over to Mr. John DeAugustiner, our Master of Ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a Memorial Day like no other. We, as Americans, have been battling a deadly and invisible enemy. We have all been soldiers in this unprecedented time in United States history. Our fallen heroes would be proud. Today, as we do annually here in Dunkirk Memorial Park, we remember those who fought to keep our nation, the land of the free and home of the brave. For those in attendance here and viewing from home, please rise and direct your attention to the American flag. Tanya Peedy, music teacher at Dunkirk Elementary Schools 4 and 7 and Holy Trinity Roman Catholic Church, music director, will now sing our national anthem.
Raise your hand. Arms.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Order. Oh. Nice job. Tanya. No pull.
Please be seated. We are honored today to have with us members of the Dunkirk Joint Veterans Council. The Honor Guard includes Vice Commander Richard Maku, Adjutant Jack Hood. Also here with us this morning are Common Council members Don Williams Jr., Martin Beaumonto, James Stoyle, Nancy Nichols, and Paul Vandenvoever. We also have in attendance Dunkirk Police Chief David Ortolano and Fredonia Mayor Doug Essick. Now, our first speaker is the city's chief executive and leader for the past 5 years, Mayor Wilfred Rosas.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I would like to welcome all of you here to Memorial Park as we commence our abbreviated Memorial Day service here in the city of Dunkirk. I would also like to welcome all of the elected officials that are here with us today on Memorial Day. It's good to see us all together. I would like to commend the Dunkirk Joint Veterans Council for continuing to be leaders in our community in helping us to remember the significance of what today actually means. That today is a day that we remember our fallen heroes, those that came before us and paid the ultimate sacrifice so that we could enjoy the freedoms that we enjoy each and every day of our lives. And so on behalf of our Common Council members and all of our city residents, I thank you, Jack Siebert, Commander, and all the members of the Dunkirk Joint Veterans Council for being leaders in our community on a day like today where we remember our fallen heroes. I would also like to commend again all of our elected officials, our city department heads here with us today. Richard Morrisroe is here with us, our Chief of Police, Dave Ortolano, Randy Woodbury, all of them helping out a day like today where we're dealing with COVID-19. I just want to remind everyone that if you're going to be out, please wear a mask. And also, social distancing is now becoming the norm, so please remember, be safe, enjoy your day, and be safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
That was a good job.
Our next speaker has represented Chautauqua County on a legislative level before becoming executive in 2018. He now holds a significant position in New York State. Here's Senator George Borrello.
Thank you, Jack. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for being here. I'd like to thank the Joint Veterans Council for inviting us here today, and thank you all for coming out. As is often said on Memorial Day, our nation owes a debt that cannot be repaid for those that have given their lives in defense of our nation. Now, our nation faces a great challenge in light of this pandemic. There are those that look at this current crisis as an opportunity to advance their radical agendas, to ignore our Constitution in order to expand their power while reducing our freedoms. We, the people, cannot allow that to happen. Those that we are honoring today fought and died for those freedoms. They defended our Constitution with their very lives. The Bill of Rights in particular is paid for with the blood of those who gave their lives and that we memorialize today. Therefore, we must realize that we are resilient. We must not let this current crisis threaten the greatest nation on earth, the greatest nation that has ever existed. It is now our responsibility as citizens and voters to ensure that our republic continues on, that we do not allow this crisis to undermine our freedom and democracy, that we honor those that gave their lives to protect our Constitution and our freedom. This responsibility now falls on us to ensure that those lives were not given in vain. May God bless all of those that have served, all of those that have sacrificed their lives, and may God continue to bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
This representative has been advocating for residents here for more than 2 decades, both in the county and in New York State. We welcome Assemblyman Andrew Goodell.
Gentlemen, thank you.
You're welcome.
We are here today honoring those who went ahead of us, who bravely and without hesitation gave the last full measure so that this nation, under God, could have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, and for the people would not perish from the earth. In the last 2 months, we've seen what a pandemic can do to our constitutional freedoms. Freedom of assembly, to be here today, to honor those who gave their life so that we could be here today. Freedom of worship, freedom of speech, due process, equal protection under the law. All those were freedoms that the people we honor today were willing to give their lives for. But it's not just the constitutional freedoms. They gave their life so the United States could be a shining beacon of democracy with checks and balances, an elected legislature, an independent judiciary, all of which have been suspended for the last 2 months. I look forward this coming week to returning to Albany and continuing the challenge of representing each person in this area. But I want to remind everybody that with great freedom comes great responsibility. Freedom without responsibility is anarchy. And so while I chafe under the restrictions that we have seen and the waiving of some of our freedoms, I look forward to the day when those freedoms are fully restored, and I remind everyone that with that freedom comes responsibility to be thoughtful, caring, considerate, and focused on helping our community and our friends and our relatives. Thank you for being here today to honor those who gave so much for us. God bless America.
Thank you, sir.
Our final speaker currently serves as county executive. He has been a strong voice for our communities during this current crisis. Welcome, P.J. Wendell.
First, I'd like to thank everybody for assembling today and paying tribute to our fallen. It's ironic that Memorial Day was first observed May 30th, 1868, after this country came out of a great conflict that divided us in the Civil War. It was known as Decoration Day, and it honored those who have fallen, and has been honored year after year, time after time. And as it was also said, the comeback that our country endured after that was far greater than the conflict itself. What we built out of that unity, that combination, and the unity of effort to rebuild the country. A lot like what we're doing now. A unity of effort throughout this county that I've been working with all my fellow legislators, town and municipal leaders on a weekly basis to make sure we're informed and to make sure that we are doing what we're asked by the governor. The interesting piece also, though, it brings us back to a time that was much simpler. A time where we gathered with our close family and friends. Memorial Day's often been thought of now as a barbecue, a kickoff to summer, when in essence, it's still the solemnity of honoring those men and women who have fallen in defense of this country. I can't think of a more better way than to join in this small group today. As I've driven by cemeteries in the last couple of days, we don't see massive groups of people, but small families gathering around, remembering those who have passed. This Memorial Day, more than ever, we remember those who have fallen. We remember the simple things in life that we need to get back to. Taking the time to look at one another, reaching out, making sure one another are okay, and doing what we need to grow and to get back to a stronger, more unified country. I thank everyone for attendance today. I want to thank the families for those who have fallen and paid the ultimate sacrifice. I've said it before, and this will continue to be a phrase I'll be using. Our comeback will be far greater than our setback. Again, thank you so much for being here today, and please take time to remember those who have gone before us and paid the ultimate sacrifice. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for all you've done.
Honor Guard members, we ask you to come forward for a salute to all veterans and city organizations that are represented by the 18 monuments in Memorial Park.
What's the one?
Honor Guard, come to attention. Present arms. At this time, I will now list the monuments that are placed throughout this park. Dunkirk Joint Veterans Council. Prisoner of War Missing in Action. Dunkirk Barracks 1999, World War I. Korean War Veterans. Vietnam Veterans Chapter 459. Gulf War Veterans. John T. Murray, VFW Post 1017 Veterans. World War II Veterans. Dunkirk American Legion Memorial Post 62 Veterans. Disabled American Veterans Chapter 142. U.S. Army National Guard. Dr. Lyons Naval Reserve. Volunteer Firemen. Dunkirk Elks Lodge 922. Dunkirk Loyal Order of Moose, Chapter 89. Dunkirk Police. Daniel F. Anson Memorial. And City of Dunkirk. Honor Guard, order arms. Dismissed. Color Guard commanders, may I have your units come to attention, please? I call upon the firing squad to commence firing. Honor Guard commanders, bring your units to order arms. The playing of taps was presented by Anthony Peedy, Dunkirk Middle School 6th grader. The U.S. flag will remain at half-staff as we in Dunkirk and throughout America remain vigilant while staying safe. God bless America and all those who are on the front lines in our communities. We offer our gratitude for your viewership and your support. This concludes the City of Dunkirk Memorial Day services. Thank you.
Good job, John.
Nice job, man.
Beautiful job.
That will conclude our ceremony. You can go to dunkirkaccess.com and watch it on YouTube at your own leisure.
Easy, my man.
Take it easy.
Good job, guys.
So we're going to conclude here. You can go to our DunkirkAccess.com. It'll take you to our YouTube channel. You can rewatch the ceremony, and it will play also on channel 1301 Spectrum channel. Thank you.